All right, good evening. Welcome to the triple header of our basketball game. San Rafael Bulldogs coming in here to face the San Marin Mustangs. This is a do-or-die situation for the Mustangs, who come in here with a record of 3-10. They're not going to the MCL playoffs, but they have a 9-15 record. A win will put them over at 4-4 and make them NCS eligible, with a more than likely opportunity to go to NCS and continue on the season. San Rafael comes in here with a record of 6-7. They are going to the playoffs. A victory will more than likely get them the number 5 seed and go down to Tamalpais. They come in here with a record of 6-9. And Coach Scott Springhorn has done an outstanding job bringing this program back from the dead. Literally, I can't even think, it's been maybe 8 or 9 years since San Rafael has actually had a team that is going to the playoffs, and they may end up with a top 8 seed depending on what happens in MCL play. Their last victory was a 49-29 win over the Terralinda Trojans. San Marin comes in here with a loss against Branson, 61-47. Last time these two teams met was 3 weeks ago on a Saturday night, where San Rafael defeated San Marin 53-42. We are going to cut away a little bit. I'm going to introduce Alex Chapman, who is a Davidson teacher, but more importantly, he knows all these kids from San Rafael. We're going to cut away for a few minutes as we have introductions. It's also senior night. They're going to honor the seniors from both teams playing in their last MCL game. So we're going to have the audio go through the camera so you'll get a better opportunity to be able to hear this. And then we will come back with our prognostications and all sorts of other nonsense. So we'll come back in a moment. Go ahead and listen to our announcer here for a few minutes.
San Rafael, and at this time, we'd like to honor and acknowledge the senior girls, the boys, and the cheerleaders. The senior cheerleaders: Lucero Carreño, Nicole Stein. The senior basketball players: number 4 was Maggie Odell. Number 11 was Xenia Spence. Number 12, she went down hard, she came back and had a great second half. Michaela Mitchell. 21, Nicole Riley. Jody Jean had to leave, but Maggie Davis is here, number 30. There's 3 senior boys on the Bulldog team. Correction, there's 4. Number 11 is Keaton Flores. Number 20, Ben Johnson. Number 21, Colin Bursch. Correction, that's it. We thought Ethan Burke was already a senior. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is senior night, San Marin and their parents. Starting with our varsity cheerleaders, our seniors: Lupita Lomelli and her parents, American Francisco. Sophia Mahacek. for Bonnie and her parents, Paul and Stephanie. Liz Arsenal. Her mother, Kathleen, was unable to attend. She will be greeted by her coach, Tara Odetto. And last but not least, Paige Duncan. She will be met by her parents, Jeff and Jen. Our senior basketball players. Annabelle Milliner. Her parents, Jamie and Jill. Naomi McCallis. Her mom and dad, Elroy and Beatrice. And last and certainly not least, Shasta Parker. Her parents, Keith and Alice. The boys, seniors.
You want to be a fan or you want to run the board?
Bo Thompson. His mom and dad, Jerry and Kelly. Wyatt Hill. Joey Rice. Mike Annie Lane. And last but not least, Tony Nielsen.
Just the same.
All right, and as we come back here, we had a cast of thousands for seniors, and still, honestly, it wasn't even as many as we had for football. Our football one took almost 20 minutes to introduce all the seniors out
Holy
there.
cow.
So I'm here tonight with Alex Chapman, a former co-worker with mine at Hill Middle School. He found brighter days down at Davidson, and he knows more of these San Rafael kids than anybody on this court probably.
Well, thank you for having me on, Greg. It's good to be here with you tonight. San Rafael's been a fun team to watch this year. Keaton Flores, Phil Hauser, a couple players to watch this evening.
Yeah, I'll say this. I mean, and literally, Scott Springhorn has brought this program back from the dead. I mean, you almost could say over the years that, okay, you're going to San Rafael, it's almost an automatic victory, but they've come on here with a 6-7 record, and they have played tough pretty much every game. Even against the powerhouses where Drake and Tam, Branson, they played really tough. And I saw them at the San Rafael tournament, what feels like forever and a month ago, but it was like 3 months ago. And I was really surprised at how well that they had played. I didn't expect them to have this type of season, though.
Yeah, Scott, along with Lee and Tony, have really done a great job with them. And having seen them a couple times this year, they've grown every step of the way. So it's been a fun team. I'm excited for the game this evening. I always like to catch MCAL action. Last chance of the regular season tonight.
And I know you've been a regular up here for a lot of years, being great friends with Craig Pitty and coming up and watching a lot of our San Marin basketball games. And so this year you've caught probably more San Rafael games more than anything else.
Well, I like to split my time. I love coming to support Coach Dan Cortez, his good friend. But along with San Rafael, I know a lot of the kids and Rob Barty over at Novato. So I get to a lot of basketball.
Ha! Which, yeah, trust me, I know how that works. And we're missing somebody because he's out with wrestling tonight. But Casey's not.
Oh.
Casey's not here, but you know the time commitment that you get with that.
Absolutely.
If you've been to some of the wrestling matches too, that's a nice 12-hour day.
Yeah, he's been pretty busy with the coaching. He's looking forward to finishing the season and getting back to a more regular gym schedule.
Yeah, we got because we all know each other as well from the gym too. But the MCAO Wrestling Championships are a week from Saturday. That's going to be at Terra Linda. It's an all-day event, and pretty much all your all your wrestlers have the capability of actually going on to NCS. They pick the top 3 wrestlers to go on, and then the 4th is an alternate. And I know San Rafael defeated us up here by 6 points in our one league match in our tri-meet. We broadcasted that, and needless to say, I butchered that all to creation, but it was a lot of fun.
I'm sure you had fun in the process.
Oh, yeah, and plus my kid wrestles as well, so I got to watch him. But we should have a lot of fun tonight. San Rafael comes in here with a 6-7 record, a victory tonight, and a Marin Catholic loss, and they get the 5 seed. And they can go to TAM and not have to go to Redwood. And
yeah, I having talked with some people around, I think one of the big things for them, they'd like to avoid seeing Branson for as long as possible. That was the one team that matchup-wise is pretty tough for them. But it's a fun team. They get after it. They slow down and play hard defense. So should be going tonight.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. I had not seen Branson in the first game. You can't park down there. We couldn't even broadcast. The gym, you cut our gym in half, and I think that's what you have at Branson. But to their credit, that team was so fundamentally sound. Jonas Honig has that team just wired for sound. They are so good. They came up here. Colin Hickey had probably the night of his life defensively, and he still couldn't stop Ratkovich.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 3 blocks in a row on Ratkovich, who's 6'5", and still Ratkovich was just coming out there making jumpers, just hands in his face, bodies everywhere, and that's just a tough team. And for the life of me, I can't figure out how Drake beat that team.
Definitely, and to think that a lot of the guys are coming back next year as seniors, it's going to be scary.
That's a frightening team. I mean, that you start saying that's a possible state championship team in the making right there. And Drake, I mean, to their credit as well, no one foresaw that team, especially with that record at the beginning of the season. They were 4-8 coming into league play, and they go on they're 13-1 tonight, and they will probably beat MC, or 12-1. They'll be 13-1 and possibly take the number 1 seed. And if you take the number 1 seed, all bets are off because, I mean, Branson then has to play probably Redwood, and Branson and Redwood is a much better matchup just size-wise. Branson, and that gives Branson fits. We saw that the other night. Size is their one benefactor. We'll stop for the national anthem and then come back, talk more basketball in a moment. That's your San Marin Jazz Choir. Now we'll get ready for the starting lineups, and my guess it's going to be an all-senior starting lineup for San Marin. That's a guess.
We shall see. Lots of seniors.
Starting lineup for the San Rafael Bulldogs.
For San Rafael, I can't tell because...
Number 2, a junior, Daniel Rithaler.
So Daniel Rithaler is going to start at 1 guard.
Number 11, a senior.
And Keaton Flores will start at your other guard. He also goes in as a guard forward.
22, a junior, Johnny Rank.
Johnny Rank is going to be your forward/center. He'll probably be a center in this one.
A junior, Michael Sullivan.
Michael Sullivan is actually listed as a center.
Junior, Phil Hauser.
And Phil Hauser comes in as guard forward.
For the Bulldogs, Scott Springhorn, assisted by Tony Butler.
And Phil will do a lot of the ball handling duty, guard forward combo.
For San Marin, it's going to be an all-senior starting lineup tonight.
San Marin Mustangs. Number 2, a senior, Colin Hickey.
Colin Hickey is going to be your guard at point guard.
15, a senior,
Tony Nielsen is going to be a shooting forward who will also handle some ball handling duties.
21, a senior,
Christian Peterson will be your center.
number 22, a senior,
Matt Lozavoy, number 22, is going to be your other guard. He'll also do some point guard handling duties. And Wyatt Hill making his first start of the year as a senior, coming off the bench, will come in as your center tonight. Wyatt Hill, along with Tony Nielsen and Joey Rafe, are 3-year seniors on here. Joey Rafe actually was a freshman and played the first quarter of the season when San Marin football was heavily in action in NCS. So he's got enough starts under his belt. It's nice to see Wyatt Hill come out here with a start. And Wyatt actually has been coming on strong the last couple of weeks. He had a great game down at Drake in the first night. Open league season.
Having seen Wyatt play a couple times, an active rebounder. Yeah, he has been coming on recently.
Also one of our main actors. He was great last year. And I believe it was Captain John McIntyre in the MASH show that we had up here. It was really good. Outstanding production. Pretty much all those kids I knew in the play, and I just couldn't stop laughing. But I'm also one that's seen that show about a gazillion times. All right, getting ready for the tip. It's going to be Keaton Flores, and he back tips it, and we are underway. San Rafael, decked out in red with white lettering, is going to go from right to left on your TV dial. San Marin's in our traditional home whites. We're going to go from left to right to start the first half. San Marin's playing more of a matchup zone. It's going to be a long three by Rithollers. No good, but back tipped out by Sullivan.
You'll see San Rafael kind of slow the pace, especially early on, try to establish kind of what they do. Make San Marin work.
They're a lot like San Marin. They don't have a lot of size, and that makes a really brutal matchups when you're going up against the Tams and the Redwoods that just have a mountain of people up there.
Yeah.
Long three up and no good by Hauser, but went off of Wyatt Hill. So San Rafael's holding this ball out for almost a full minute of possession. Reset at a 35-second shot clock. Drive in the lane and good. Sullivan hits that shot just right off the inbounds pass. Puts San Rafael on the board, 2-0. San Marin's going to start in the high-low, 1-4 motion, high-low set. Man-to-man defense by San Rafael. They're a three up by Hill, but we're going to get an over-the-back call on Lozavoy. And there's been confusion. We keep checking the NCS standings today. It's almost a win and in situation, at least for San Marin to be picked up as an at-large. I know San Rafael will make it, not only for making the playoffs, but their Division III record is great.
So both teams a lot to play for this evening.
Yeah. In fact, you could actually see a scenario where San Marin could end up going down to San Rafael for an NCS playoff game.
Oh, the rematch. That would be fun.
Wouldn't that be nice? 4 times a year at San Rafael. I love the gym down there. I love announcing. The most fan-friendly stands other than Tam that I can get into with a bad knee.
Well, you know, yours truly is the announcer down there from time to time.
Ah. That's a fun tournament, too.
Absolutely. Good 3-day action. Good hospitality room in there, too.
Oh, yeah, one I don't get an opportunity for. Lozavoy with 3-pointers up and missed. Was that Brush with the – trying to see who had the rebound. No, that was Rank with the rebound. Ball's going to be stolen away by Colin Hickey, and Hickey has been defensively on fire for the last 5 games. It's been literally the one that has to be the go-to person, and we got a 3 in the key on Wyatt Hill. I haven't seen that one called much this year.
Yeah, speaking of Hickey's defense, Coach Cortez commented on how great it was when they played Novato, and he shut down Jason Carpenter. A stellar performance.
Yeah, literally with Carpenter, you just have to go out and play him literally full up man-to-man the whole time, and he was able to do that.
Absolutely. The shooter of his quality, stay up.
Yeah, the problem is Carpenter will launch it from 35 feet or more, and Hickey just stayed on him. He didn't let him do anything that night. He just went out to half court and forced him into some really poor shots. It's going to be fouls on Tony Nielsen. That will be second team, first personal. And, yeah, you weren't kidding. They're running a flex offense here. San Rafael's running a flex, and they're looking for the best possible shot.
Yeah, they take their time on the offense, look towards the end of the shot clock for either Hauser or Flores, tend to create off the dribble.
Bo Thompson coming in the early start of the game. I think Coach Cortez is going to get as much of his bench in as possible tonight. If they have clinched a playoff berth, then this is the type of game we're going to see a lot of bodies coming off the bench. And this really does mean more for San Rafael than it does for San Marin. Long three by Flores. Off glass, no good.
Seniors early and often this evening.
I think Bo, though, is a junior.
Oh.
Oh, what a pass inside to Hickey. No good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back in. And we're going to get a stoppage in play for the shot clock. John Burgess coming into the ball game. Keaton Flores comes out. And if you joined us earlier, San Marin girls defeated San Rafael, and they will be playing Novato Tuesday night in Novato. And once again, Colin Hickey with another block shot.
His timing is fantastic.
He had 5 the other night, 3 on Richter Raktovich, who, if you didn't see it, he's 6'5". And Hickey has been defensively on fire, and he is a candidate for MVP. And being your starting quarterback, he didn't get a lot of time in the early part of the season because he was just trying to get back into basketball shape. Christian Peterson with a foul. It's a non-shooting foul, so San Rafael inbound. San Rafael will start this up. They're playing more of a high-low, a really high flex set here. They're looking for a lot of off-ball screens, specifically at the free throw line. Hauser drives the lane, shots up, no good, goes hard in. The rebound's going to be by Lozavoy. San Marin will start up their offense. They were looking to go to they're on the 1-4 motion high set. They were looking to go, now they're going to reset it up, and they're going to go in the UCLA look. Hill with the ball, looking down low. So get it back over to Hickey. Hickey wants to drive, but throws it over to Lozavoy. Lozavoy for the 3, off iron, no good. Back tip rebound is going to be picked up by Johnny Rank. And he's the biggest kid on the court right now. See what, run about 6'4"?
Yeah, about 6'4", but he actually has some range too. He can step out to three-point range, knock him down with a little regularity. So you have to honor it out there.
Shots up and no good by Daniel Rithaller. Lozavoy gets the rebound. San Marin will bring this ball back up. Looking to take a lead. 2-2 start. Hickey was going to drive. Goes around on Rithaller. Jumper just inside the lane. No good. Hauser with a rebound. That's one thing I have noticed. The San Rafael is able to block out defensively on the rebound. They're doing it on the offensive as well.
Not a lot of second chance opportunities for the Mustangs at this point.
No, Rithaller with a long 3, no good. Lozavoy with a long rebound. And that probably is one thing San Rafael does not want to do, is get into a run and gun game. We get another 3 in the key.
Yeah, a lot of the San Rafael games have been in the high 30s, low 40s this year, so they definitely take their time on offense and don't want to get into a track meet.
Yeah, that's the one thing. San Marin has done well at the fast-paced games, but they're not built for that. They're built like Craig Pitty built them, which was a slow type of defensive game, get your outlet passes. And one thing that I've seen this year is the installation of full-court press, which you never saw under the Craig Pitty era ever.
No. Yeah.
Pitty never believed in it. We have seen the 2-2-1 come into play this year. Shot was up and no good by Mosher, and now we're going to get another foul. That'll be the first one on San Rafael. John Burgess picking up his first personal, first team.
Also in the game, Jack Cottrell, number 23.
Substitutes that came in, Joey Rafe and also Dexter Gerasi. Double team in the corner out there. Kick it back out to Gerasi. Gerasi trying to pick off a screen from Peterson. Peterson, free throw line jumper, no good. Burgess with the rebound.
And once again, it's one shot and done for the Mustangs. So San Rafael again with a great job on the defensive glass.
And that's going to be something that Peterson, Rafe, and probably Lozavoy as well, they're going to have to really try to fight for the boards. I mean, Dexter Gerasi got an easy one because they were going back on defense. But, oh, Peterson just got swatted. That was nasty. Johnny Rank just went up there and absolutely tomahawked that ball.
Met him at the top.
Colin Brush coming in, Rank coming out. When you lose Rank, you do lose a lot of the size advantage.
Watch out for Colin Bursch, underrated offensive player, good at driving the basketball. Starter for much of the season for San Rafael.
And tonight you give your seniors your due as well. Nice give and go. It's too bad he just overthrew him. Bursch had he had that option right there. Or actually, that was Mosier on the pass. Sean Samuel comes in. Peterson comes out. Now I'm assuming we'll probably see almost everybody's. Samuel almost with a moving screen there. Hickey goes around on the lane. Shots up, no good. Had to run over the defender on that one. No call. Flores with a rebound. Well, Mosher with the pass. He was trying to get an underhand through the lane, but ends up throwing it away. Gerasi with a steal. Gerasi was trying to go all the way and ends up getting fouled in the process.
And a strong move by Gerasi, especially with points being at a premium here in the first quarter. 2-2 with under a minute to go.
Yeah. Oh, we've seen a couple games like that this year. Sam Marin, Dexter Gerasi puts Sam Marin with the free throw in front. Second free throw's up and good as well. So San Rafael in an unusual position in this game and being behind. Driving the lane on the wheel route, it's going to be Mosher, but Mosher got that one. Oh, they're going to call the foul on that. They're going to call Colin Hickey for the foul. That's going to be his second personal. Which it was hard to see because it looked like he just went in the lane and lost control. And we've been saying all year what a weird year it's been in refereeing in this county.
Referee is a difficult job. I don't envy their position. The best you can do is hope for a draw.
Yeah. Nice pass. Mosher gets the bucket off the inbounds pass. He picked up a screen at the foul line, drove the lane. He was wide open. Down low over to Tyson Gerasi, who came in the ballgame, throws it away. Steal by Flores. Flores tried to go 1-1, and Rafe just pinned that ball against the basket.
What a block.
Wow. That was not a swat. That was a pin against the backboard. That was impressive.
And you thought for sure when Flores had the steal, he was in for an easy layup. But Sam Marin met him at the top.
Yeah, Joey Rafe just came on fire down the lane and pinned that one. Ball's thrown through a lot of traffic, picked up by Colin Brush, and Brush is going to get fouled on the play.
And that's what Birch can do. He finds those small lanes and can get to the basket. That's what he brings for the Dogs.
So Joey Rafe picks up his first personal. That's 16 fouls already for the Mustangs. Next foul, San Rafael is going to go into 1-1. That's not what you want this early in the game. Birch with the free throw. First one's missed. Colin Birch with the second one. That's in. San Rafael takes 5-4 lead. It's a baseball score here. Double team. They got Gerasi. They pinned him. Loose ball picked up by Jack Cottrell. Gerasi had no idea he was hearing footsteps when he got double teamed. Driving the lane is going to be Brush. It's missed. Rafe with a rebound, and he kicks it, and that is your quarter. 5-4 lead, San Rafael over San Marin. We'll cut to break and come back with the start of the second quarter right after this. All right, we are back with the start of the second quarter. San Marin down 5-4 to the Bulldogs. And San Marin will start up with the ball. Drossi pass over to Rafe. Rafe's looking for a cutter down low. He can't find one. Gave up his dribble and then ended up throwing it away. Thought Samuel was going to go to the outside. Samuel cut inside.
Yeah, and strong defense by Birch helped force a turnover there.
22, Johnny Rank.
And San Marin, we've seen that happen this year with teams that are with strong interior defense or teams that will go play out like very tough on the perimeter with double teams. That's been San Marin's issue.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been funny is that we've been in almost every MCAL game this year, but just end up just losing just like at the buzzer or last 2 minutes. Long three by Tyson Jurassi's airballed. Rebound by Johnny Rank.
Definitely a couple of tough breaks this season, most notably I would say against the Marin Catholic game here.
Yeah, that was tough, losing that in overtime. I think that was the game that cost us going to the MCL playoffs. Shots up and no good by Hauser. Rafe gets the rebound. And that game, that was tough because San Marin had a big lead. They let it slip away. Had to go to overtime. Tyson Jurassi layup, up and no good. Trying to get around Rank. And this time, that's Hauser that gets a shot blocked by Rife. And we're seeing a lot of shot blocks tonight from San Marin. Defensively, they've been playing outstanding.
I would agree, absolutely.
And we're going to get an illegal screen call on Sean Samuel, and we're going to get a technical foul, I believe, as well. So we're going to get a tee on the bench. My guess is it was probably on Dan No, it wasn't. They didn't call a technical foul. I think they called a warning. But being an offensive foul, a control foul, so that's not a 1-and-1 situation. But I know they gave the bench a warning there. Something you haven't seen much. Dan Cortez does not really have to yell a lot. Rithaller with a three, no good. Now we're going to get a loose ball foul going the other way. Colin Brush.
And just to finish that point with Marin Catholic, it's really difficult when you're facing teams so close in the stand and things don't go your way. In the MCAL season, that can hurt.
Yeah, and that was if San Marin wins tonight, that is the game that will cost them the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because MC will have a one-game advantage. Dexter Jurassi drives the lane, is fouled by Phil Hauser. Jurassi will go to the free throw line and try to tie this up, or take the lead. And yeah, it's just a year of missed opportunities. It kind of started at the Cardinal Newman. We were playing in the championship up there, got blown out, but you could kind of feel the shift. There was a shift in momentum. They were 6-1 at that point, and then all of a sudden, it was just the tailspin that it took to play Novato High to have to turn it around.
Yeah.
There was lineup combinations. There was all sorts of different things. Long three up by Rank, no good. Rafe with a rebound. And we're going to put the shot clock down 2 seconds to 32. Tony Nielsen in. Tyson Jurassi out. So Tyson Jurassi looking for a screen from Samuel. Ends up having to kick it back out. Looked like it's a man-to-man. Actually, it's a 2-3 defense. Nielsen drives a lane, and baseline layup is up and in.
Strong move.
And he went up with the left, which was even harder. San Marin takes an 8-5 lead. Largest lead of the night for the Mustangs. Driving the lanes, Flores makes the bucket. Nice move to the left. Keaton Flores is able to just drive, cut through the lane, and really get not a lot of defensive help. Lozovoy loses a handle, goes right in the hands of Ridhaller. Shots up and no good by Hauser, but that's where your defense, your second chance shot right there.
Absolutely. The Mustangs were swarming in there.
And Rank was just right there. They were a swarm, but Rank just got a handle on it. They were just lucky that that Hauser missed the second shot. And now Nielsen loses the ball in the lane. Hauser with a steal. And this is where you do miss a Colin Hickey in there. He's got 2 fouls.
Yeah, but to put the pressure up top, make it more difficult to set their offense, you could definitely see that.
Yeah, because right now San Rafael is able to pass it well, and then you're going to get cuts like that. That's just Flores just kind of missing that one, the layup, but not a lot of defense to really kind of interior defense to stop something like that.
And even though he missed that one, that's what he brings to the game. He's a strong offensive player. He's always been a natural scorer, but to see that kind of drive, if he gets that going in the second half, it could be tough.
Yeah. Lozovoy driving the lane, gets tripped up. It's going to be on Keaton Flores. I believe that's his first personal. That's 2 on Flores, so he'll stay in the game. Ridhaller will come out. Burgess will come in. So Rafe will inbound the ball. Puts a floater up there. He's lucky that thing didn't get stolen.
Unusual inbound pass.
Yeah, usually you want to get some mustard on that ball, but that thing was just a floater. Samuel with a free throw line jumper up and good. Sean Samuel's been finding a shooting touch since the last game. He hit 3 threes against Branson.
That'd be an encouraging sign heading in next season.
Yeah, and the one thing with like him and Tyson and Dexter is hit the weight room, get stronger over the summer, because honestly, both Dexter and Tyson have just been beaten up going inside the lane half the year.
Yeah, and then the repetitions, getting more and more kind of shots up and working over the summer.
Phil Hauser with a 3 ties this ball game up. The one problem with San Marin, though, is they're going to graduate almost 90% of their size. There's going to be not a lot of big players coming up here. And right there on that one, that's where Rafe just ran over by Sullivan trying to go get the ball, but the ball went off Sullivan, no foul.
Well, the Mustangs may want to keep their fingers crossed this summer. Hopefully some JV guys have a growth spurt.
Yeah. Peterson now comes in for Rafe, and Peterson is more of the muscle of this group. Stay with us at halftime. We will have our cheerleaders in action. We have to cut the sound thanks to YouTube and their archaic rules. Tony Nielsen misses the shot. That was Michael Sullivan who got the rebound, and he was fouled on the loose ball, so he's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 1-1. That's 2 on Tony Nielsen. Well, Phil Hauser will go to the free throw line. Well, Sullivan, they got the rebound. Free throws up and good. San Rafael retakes the lead at 11-10. That's off iron, no good. Lozovoy with a rebound. San Marin trying to push the ball up the court. Gerasi will try to run it down to the baseline, has to throw it back out. San Marin's going to start up their offense. UCLA motion look here.
A bucket or two at the end of the half would really go a long way for their confidence going into the second half.
It'd be huge play. Well, San Rafael will get the ball, start the second half, unless we got a jump ball here. 8 on the shot clock. Over to Peterson. Peterson with a 3. That's off iron. Air ball, but
oh, good follow.
Tony Nielsen with a follow right underneath the basket. Tony Nielsen with a huge bucket right there. San Rafael starting up this flex offense here. A lot of weak side screens. Just looking for serious ball movement right here. San Marin's not playing true man-to-man, like up-in-your-face defense, so it's allowing San Rafael to be able to.
The difficult thing about the San Rafael offense, though, they're cutting, but no one's actually looking for the pass when the man is going through. On several occasions, if they forced it, there may have been an opening.
Michael Sullivan ended up picking up a legal screen foul. Being an offensive foul, that San Marin will be in bonus. Roosevelt almost lost the handle. Samuel with a three. It's off iron, no good. Christian Peterson with a putback.
Rebound and 2 points.
Christian Peterson with a nice rebound to make the bucket. San Marin goes back up by 3, and this might be your momentum changer that you were talking about. Hauser with a thrown away pass. He was looking on the inside. Steal by Nielsen, but now we're going to get another loose ball foul. Girassi with the miss at the free throw line extended. And Christian Peterson is going to pick up what I believe is a second foul.
And there's where those early fouls come back to hurt you. All those first quarter fouls lead to a 1-and-1 here. Opportunity for the Dogs to get back in it.
It's going to put Phil Hauser at the free throw line once again. It's a 1-on-1 situation. Next foul on San Marin will have double bonus. No good. Samuel with a rebound. San Marin looking to try to extend this lead. It'll be their largest lead of the night if they score again. But instead, the ball is going to be stolen. It was a pass read all the way by Keaton Flores.
Oh.
And we're going to get a charge call here. Matt Lozovoy with a charge. That will turn off the shot clock. No double bonus on the player control foul. Joey Rafe will come back in. Lozovoy will come out.
I've been impressed with Flores in the first half. He's been really aggressive. He's been the spark for the Bulldogs.
He's played well tonight. He's been able to get a lot of drives through the lane, and he's been able to lose his man off that screen at the top of at the free throw line. And he gets a few more of those, he's going to make the buckets. At some point, San Marin's going to have to cut that off. They're going to have to. They're playing really high up. No one's down by the basket. And then you get that, but Tony Nielsen with a nice defensive play right there. They said that was off a. That pass was intended, well, by Colin Brush, threw it out of bounds, but the ref said it was San Marin ball, but that was correctly. That was no way. Tony Nielsen was the only person within 5 feet that could touch that ball.
Definitely San Rafael ball.
And we're going to get an illegal screen as well. Johnny Rank. That's his first personal. All these illegal screens, both teams have been a bonus, but we haven't seen much of the free throw shooting. Gerassi's going to drive the lane, hangs in the air, no good. Peterson, it's no. It wouldn't have been good if it goes. That's going to take us to halftime. We'll have the cheerleaders come out. We'll cut the sound away. Mustangs in a must-win game tonight to get to qualify for NCS. Up 14-13 over the already going to the MCL playoffs, San Rafael Bulldogs. We'll come back after the intermission. So after that, we're actually going to upload an interview we did with Colin Hickey that talks about Craig Pitty and the
transition has been not hard, but sort of difficult because you go from a really physical and demanding sport in football to a lot of running in basketball.
All right, we are back. Start of the second half. San Marin with a football score over the San Rafael Bulldogs, 14-13. Don't adjust your sets. This is not football right now. This is basketball. It's low scoring. Good defense by both teams.
What do you think the keys are to the second half, Greg?
Well, right now it's got to be for San Marin. They got to get an inside presence. If they cannot stop San Rafael from that top cut at the free throw line and that easy bucket, San Rafael is going to make some of those shots at some point. For San Rafael, it's just playing this weight game. Right now, how much can you wait out San Marin? But at some point, they're going to have to, if they get down, and I don't know what San Rafael's like if they go down by more than 10 points? Is it bombs away, or how do they?
I think they're very much like San Marin in that if they get down, it's going to be difficult for them to come back. They play hard, but the offense really isn't there.
Daniel Rithaller with a 3 to open up the second half scoring for San Rafael. San Rafael, decked out in red with white lettering, is going from left to right. San Marin with the ball for the first half goes from right to left. Free throw line jumper by Hickey up and no good. Rithaller with a rebound. And at some points, this is where San Marin has had issues where they'll go on these lulls, and we're going to get another loose ball foul. And that's going to be on Michael Sullivan, and he got called for the illegal screen. This is a game, I've never seen this many illegal screens called in the game all year.
It felt like quite a few in the first half.
And I think the refs went in a half and said, we're going to be calling this. And right there, Johnny Rank with some nice defense. He just got a hand on the ball and wouldn't let go. Forced Lozovoy into the travel. I assume San Rafael really wanted to come out strong to try to get that 5 seed. Because the difference between going to Redwood and going to San Rafael or going to TAM are night and day when you talk about height.
Yeah.
Now, one thing San Rafael doesn't have that TAM does is the guard play.
That would be a strength of San Rafael with Flores, Birch, Hauser.
And Colin Hickey with another block on Keaton Flores. That's 7 in 2 ball games. And right now I'm starting to wonder if Colin Hickey is making a late run for MVP of this team. He didn't get it as quarterback of the football team, but he might for the basketball team at this rate. Just playing a solid all-around game.
And his defense, as usual, stellar.
Matt Lozovoy with a bucket. Nice pass inside the block by Christian Peterson. And was able with a turnaround jumper, ties this ball game up. What's nice about this game, too, it's going quick.
Yes.
Long 3 up and no good by Flores, and we're going to get another loose ball foul call.
At some point, it would behoove the Bulldogs to look inside. Sullivan, for example, has had a couple times where he's been open with a target hand, but they haven't looked down there at him.
Yeah, and it's not, he's been open a number of times coming off that pick. Pass inbounds up to Nielsen. Nielsen gets tripped up. It's going to go off his foot, and they're going to give that to the Bulldogs. Can't say it hasn't been called both ways because it has tonight.
The refs have been much maligned this year, but first half they were outstanding.
Yeah. 3 air ball by Hauser. But on that, Cottrell with the rebound. The 3 by Rithaller. And that's going to take us to a timeout. 5:26 remains here in the third quarter. San Rafael calls a timeout. We'll go to a quick break and come back right after this. San Marin will inbound the ball underneath the San Rafael basket. San Rafael is going to a full court man-to-man press. More of a soft press right there. It was just man-to-man.
And going back to the last make, Rithaller really is your three-point threat. If you give him some space, he's a dangerous shooter.
Over to Lozovoy. Hill had a look, but he didn't take it. It's going to be Nielsen going up with a right hand up and good. Tony Nielsen, big bucket right there, just put San Marin down by 1. And this has that feel that this game could go down right to the last shot. Ball thrown away by Hauser. Nielsen with a steal, loose ball all over the place. Hill goes on the floor, and San Marin's going to get the timeout right there. Wyatt Hill dives on the floor. Cortez calls a 30-second timeout. What a nice play right there by Wyatt Hill.
Yeah, Greg, I was thinking the same thing a second ago. This does have the feel that it could go to all the way. It's been hotly contested the whole way.
What we don't need is a single or double overtime tonight. I got a 4 a.m. wake up to go to the Air Force Base tomorrow. I'm going to be beat tired. We knew senior night was going to be a lengthy, especially when we put in the Special Olympic game. But, I mean, this game has actually gone relatively quick. Not too many fouls here in the second half.
Hopefully we didn't give the dreaded broadcasters jinx right
No,
now.
I know, yeah. And we'll be broadcasting at 10:05 tonight in the third overtime. And the score will be like 36-35.
Yeah.
I've been through games like that. Oh, not fun. All right, so San Rafael up by 1. Peterson will inbound the ball in front of the San Marin bench. Not sure what the referees are talking about, but Hill had possession. Curtaz called the timeout.
Maybe shot clock?
Yeah. Well, because no one ever lost possession on that. So, yeah, I think it's a shot clock, and they're going to have to drain it down a few seconds. Probably should be about 25 because the possession started up there on the San Rafael side of the court. San Rafael never got possession. There we go. 26 on the shot clock now. When you almost saw Flores almost get hit with a foul right there. He just peeled off the last second. Double team there over in the corner. Peterson with the ball leaves Lozovoy wide open, but San Marin's got to whip it around again. 9 on the shot clock. Pull-up jumper by Nielsen. Drains it. Tony Nielsen puts San Marin back up in front, 2019.
Tony stabilized him with a couple buckets here in the second half.
A long 3 up by Johnny Rank, no good. Nielsen with another rebound. I think Nielsen might be the first one coming out because he looks tired.
He's been everywhere the last couple minutes.
Yeah, Peterson drops a nice pass.
Oh,
what a
great
beautiful pass to Wyatt Hill by Tony Nielsen. No look behind the back pass and for the bucket. And that's just great passing right there and a great look. And Hill just came out of nowhere from the left side.
As they say, Tony Nielsen is in the zone.
He's in the zone. Which, by the way, Dominican radio in the zone, Taylor Schwab. If you listen to him, he's got his own show. He's a former broadcaster. A long 3 up and good by Lozovoy. And Scott Springhorn needs a timeout. San Marin up 6, 25-19. We'll cut to a break and be back right after this. Back in action, San Marin with a 25-19 lead over the San Rafael Bulldogs. It's San Marin. I'm not sure. It's come dressed as weird as you can night. I was really hoping we were going to have, as I like to call it, picnics are us table night when they come in here with their flannel shirts for Redwood. But we didn't even have that. I don't know what the night was.
It does look like a weird mismatch over there in the student section tonight.
I always enjoyed Lumberjack night. I always had fun with picnic tables or us. Only about 3 people got the hint from that. What a steal by Colin Hickey. He was trying for the dunk. He just barely missed it.
Once again, Hickey causing problems in the passing lanes.
And that's something Coach Springhorn did not want to see, was that type of play. And now we're going to get another offensive foul out here. John Burgess with the foul. That's his second personal.
Am I reading that right, that the Mustangs have more points here in 5 minutes in the third quarter than they did in the whole first half?
Exactly. That is amazing. Double team in the corner. It's a full court press, man-to-man, but Lozovoy's got numbers. He had a 3-on-4. Rafe with a three, drains it.
Oh.
And San Marin goes up by 11. Now Coach Springhorn's got to call another timeout. He calls the timeout, and San Marin scores 5 points right off that. And what a time not to have that happen. You're trying to get ready for the playoffs, and then something like this happens. I mean, yeah, it can happen on senior night, but wow, that San Marin has come out on fire in this midway through the second half.
Yeah, what a strong run right now by the Mustangs. The Dogs need an answer right now. Otherwise, if they get down too much more, it's going to be tough for them to come back.
Yeah, and as you were stating earlier, San Rafael's not the type of team that's going to come out and just launch threes all over the place. That they are a ball control team, and when ball control teams go down by a lot, it's difficult at best to come back.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Coach Springhorn does to make an adjustment here.
Yeah, and a lot of it, I mean, we've seen more probably illegal screen calls than at any time all year, so I know that's got to be playing a factor in that in their flex offense look, because that is really dependent on weak side screens, a lot like the motion offense. But this is a turn of events we haven't seen in the Mustangs since December.
Yeah, they look great right now.
And it's an all-senior court right now. You notice on that one, Hickey is guarding Flores like glue right now.
Yeah, a lot of the defensive energy starts with Hickey. The rest of the Mustangs seem to be feeding off of his energy.
So 13 on the shot clock. I mean, Brush had a really good look, but he got that pass way too underneath the basket. He was lucky to get that one back out. San Rafael inbounds the ball. 10 on the shot clock. Burgess with the ball. He's being guarded by Nielsen. Gets another pick, and we are going to have another illegal screen.
This might be a record tonight.
I've never seen this many. I've watched gazillion years of basketball. I've never seen that.
I'd like to go back to Hickey for a second. Seeing him on Flores right now really reminds me of the Novato game when he was going after Carpenter. You know, he really has fantastic on-ball defensive skills.
Yeah. It's something that's really picked up as the season has progressed. I mean, he had to get out of the football mentality, and now being in basketball, it takes about a month to get in there. Nielsen with a turnaround jumper off balance in the lane, no good. Rebound by Colin Bursch. San Rafael looking to try to stop the bleeding here and get a bucket. And this is a 12-0 run by the Mustangs. And we knew San Marin had it in him.
Oh,
and Hickey with another almost steal. And that time, Brush, he just hit the floor. That was Flores. Lost his footing, and we're going to get Hickey got the block, but they're going to call Rafe on the foul. No, they're going to get Hickey on the foul. That's going to be Hickey's third. That might have been Rafe with the block and Hickey with the foul. So Colin Bursch going to the free throw line, right-handed free throw shooter. Misses the first out of two. That's the last thing you absolutely need. You get those few and far between free throws, and you can't be missing them.
And with points at such a premium tonight, got to take care of the free ones.
Yeah. If you'd have told me San Marin would be holding a team to 19 points late in the third quarter, after the way the season's gone, I would have said it's not going to happen. But tonight, everything's been clicking right for the Mustangs. Lozovoy picks up the rebound off the second missed free throw by Brush, and San Marin with a chance to extend this lead. And it'll be interesting to see now if San Marin holds out. Free throw line jumper by Tony Nielsen, and just when I thought that they were going to kind of weight this one down, Nielsen hits the free throw line jumper.
And Tony Nielsen coming back in and picking right up where he left off.
Colin Peterson, or Christian Peterson, is going to pick up that foul on the reach around.
21 Mustangs, Christian Peterson.
That's only his second team foul, and I think that's his second personal. Coach Cortez was not happy with that one. And Wyatt Hill's going to come into the ball game here. And Wyatt Hill's had a nice game as well tonight. Not often used. Oh, what a nice runner right there by Mosher, and he just missed it. And that was a defensive lapse right there by San Marin. Everybody had their back turned facing the basket, and Sullivan just went right up there.
Yeah, one of the few defensive lapses tonight, but the Bulldogs couldn't take advantage.
And Gerasi with a bad pass. Lozovoy is going to get called with a loose ball foul.
Number 22 of the Mustangs, Matt Lozovoy is third.
So Lozovoy's now got 3. Hickey's got 3. Peterson with 2. San Rafael, shot clock's turned off. And San Rafael's just got to find something to score. They got to come out here.
Get
and
something going.
Something positive to end this. Wheel route right now by San Rafael on the offense.
But they've gotten very stagnant here in their offense in the last few possessions.
Yeah, Hauser right now, he didn't know what he was doing. Rafe with the block. Second block, third block, but the bucket's going to go in by Sullivan. Sullivan with a nice pickup right there at the end of the quarter. Makes it 32-21, although the score has not gone out. Yeah, there we go. End of 3. San Marin 32, San Rafael 21. We'll come back after the break with a strong. Start of the fourth quarter, San Marin will have possession with a 32-21 lead, trying to hold off San Rafael and qualifying for the NCS playoffs. At least a chance for an at-large bid. Beautiful pass by Hickey to Peterson for the bucket. Everybody was driving the lane, and Hickey found Peterson in an open gap right there at the block for the bucket.
And Peterson did a good job rolling with his hands up.
Nice pass right there. I don't know how that wasn't called a walk by Mosher. I guess Hill must have got a hand on the ball. And it's been odd because you see those open looks down on the baseline by San Rafael, but they haven't gone up for the shot. Turnaround jumper right there by Hauser. No good. Rebound by Hickey. Be interesting to see how much San Marin will stall right here. Unless you get that really wide open look on offense, do you just kind of wait it out, drain it down to maybe 10 seconds or 8, and then really go into your offense?
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how Coach Cortez plays it out.
Right now there's only 14 on the shot clock. They're running a UCLA motion set, and they're running everything weak side. Peterson tries to find Hill. Instead, he finds Colin Hickey for the bucket. That was an excuse-me pass that how it found eyes to make it to Colin Hickey and make the bucket is amazing.
But really a difficult break for the Dogs. 30 good seconds of D, and then still a bucket by the Mustangs.
Yeah, and those are killers right there. Hauser with a shot up and no good. Rebound by Michael Sullivan, but he ends up walking on the baseline. Good effort there to get the ball. He just ran out of room. And we're going to get Johnny Rank coming into the game. Colin Bruce coming out. But right now, is 15 points. Is this too big of a deficit for the Bulldogs? I mean, that's just going to be kind of the bottom line question here. What's their offense going to be? And how much time per each possession will San Marin eat off the clock? Because San Marin, I mean, San Rafael is playing very good defense right now. They're playing very uptight. And San Marin, it looks like they're just happy to drain the 35-second shot clock.
Yeah, and at 15 points, it's going to be tough for San Rafael, especially since they only have 21 in the game.
Lozovoy, the shot's up and no good. All glass. Rebound by Mosher. Mosher does a spin, and he's going to be fouled by Wyatt Hill. If Mosher held on to that ball a half a second longer, that thing was going to be picked. But Mosher did the spin move to the left at the very same time that Hill came out, and Hill clobbered him on the arm.
Yeah.
We're getting another timeout here. We'll take it to break. Mustangs with a 15-point lead in a must-win game for an NCS possible berth over San Rafael, 36-21. We'll be back in a second on Mustang. All right, we are back. San Marin with a 36-21 lead over the Bulldogs. 5:32 to go. Coach Springhorn had to call another timeout here, and he's got to get something on offense right now. They've scored exactly 2 points since halftime.
Not a good sign when they're down 15 with 5.5 to go.
No, and a lot of it, I mean, I'd say 80% has been the Mustangs' defense, and the other 20% has just been shots that just can't fall.
Yeah.
But right there, as we say it, Keaton Flores goes it to the bucket, makes the basket. Keaton Flores with a nice move, came off a screen off the high side. Made a nice, easy bucket right there. But right now, it's just a matter of will San Marin, unless you got a wide open shot coming off the offense, maybe like that. Oh, and Nielsen gets a shot blocked, but he's fouled in the process. Phil Hauser picks up, I think, maybe his second.
I'll be interested to see on the San Rafael offensive side if Hickey stays with Flores. He's done a great job on him so far tonight. We'll see if he can hold him down for the last 5 minutes.
And that right there, that possession took 20 seconds off the shot clock. And the score right there, I mean, a free throw made by Tony Nielsen. Ridholland and Sullivan in. Rank and Mosher out. Free throw up and good. Brings it back to the 15-point lead. And now, is this all three-point shooters here for San Rafael?
They do have all three-point shooters. John Burgess, a point guard, is likely to distribute.
Because there's really not much of an inside game look here right now.
No.
Other than Sullivan, who's the biggest kid on the court, everybody else is relatively small. Cottrell's not, has got a big body, but or Hauser does, but
yeah, but he's more on the outside.
Back over to Hauser for the three. That's short. Ray for the rebound. And you're starting to wonder as if this might be another bucket here, and this really could be over.
And you get a glimpse into what Coach Cortez is thinking. He told his guys, slow this thing down, really work and get a good shot on offense.
And I saw a San Rafael fan put his hands in the air and walk out the door. Nice look there. I mean, Rithaler tried to go out of bounds and save that one, but fortunately threw it right to Rafe. It's not even really a steal there. Double team out here at half court. Coach Curtaz is going to get the 30-second timeout here. Only Hickey was right there. No one else was coming out to help out. It's going to be a full or a half. We'll keep it here. Our next broadcast will be Tuesday night at Novato High. MCL playoffs, the 4 and 5 seeds, Novato girls with a game better record over San Marin, and that will be a highly intense and very heated game. San Marin has defeated Novato 11 straight times in MCL or non-league play. And now Novato is going to get the revenge game on their home court after losing by 9 earlier this season.
Should be a raucous atmosphere.
It's going to be wild. I just hope that we get a lot of San Marin fans down there. I know Novato will pack the house because this is their only playoff game in all the sports that they've had this year.
Novato San Marin is always a great rivalry and always great turnout for those games.
And you really hope for it because now winner goes on, loser goes home situation. And I know this, Novato, if they did what they did in the last game where they basically boxed and won Shasta Parker the whole night. And in a box and one situation, when you're that one single person, you look for all your other teammates to come through because there's going to be a lot of open scenarios right there. And I know Naomi McAllis had a good night against Novato the last time, along with Hannah Persky shooting threes. So it'd be interesting to see how Coach Campus is going to come out in that ball game. Is he going to because Novato honestly can't contain Shasta Parker.
No. But the three-point shooting of Novato could play a difference in that one as well.
Yeah, Juliana Campus is a huge three-point scoring threat. Nice quick passing right there, left Hickey wide open. Baseline passing right there allowed Hickey to be sprung free. 2 free throws up and good by Michael Sullivan. Cuts the lead down to 13. There's still time in this one. 15 on the shot clock. Lozovoy almost lost that ball. San Marin's going to have to restart up. 7 on the shot clock. Rafe with a 3. 2 hands in his face. No good.
And you would have to imagine San Rafael's got to pitch pretty close to a shutout to have any sort of chance in this one.
Yeah. Oh, and a hard luck miss right there by Phil Hauser. Got hit with the body by Christian Peterson. That's Peterson's 3rd as well. That's his 4th, and that's going to put Phil Hauser to the free throw line. Try to knock this one down to 11. And 11 points, 3 minutes to left, it is manageable. You can come back from that, but you got to play lights-out defense. And the problem is the full-court press has not phased San Marin because Lozovoy's got some lightning-fast passes that he can get up the court. 2 free throws by Hauser puts San Rafael only down by 11.
If the Bulldogs can get Rithaler some open looks, it would go a long way in helping their comeback effort.
And right there, that was Lozovoy just beating the press, but then Peterson with just a terrible pass. And Peterson's going to pick up his 5th personal. He's done for the night. Bad pass, trying to overplay to get the ball back on defense, caused that right there. And Wyatt Hill's going to come back in the ball game, who's actually put in some great quality minutes tonight. So Mosher will go to the free throw line. He's going to be shooting 1-1 here. First one up and good. What point do you put Rank in the ball game as well? Just for the size.
Interesting call.
Second one's up and no good. Tip all around, but Lozovoy got that one batted out of his hand by Daniel Rithaler.
And Johnny does have that range, but it looks like instead he's going to go with John Burgess for some extra ball handling.
Yeah, you're going to have to go. You got to go with Burgess now. It's almost a 3-point situation here. And Wyatt Hill lost that one. That's good. Yeah, it went right off his foot. No offense to Wyatt, but he's not the one you really want with the ball handling at that point. You either want it with Nielsen, Lozavoy, or Hickey. San Rafael on a 5-0 run right now. They hit another bucket, and then you got to call a timeout because you got to rein in the horses here. Long three, airballed by Hauser.
Oh,
But Hickey almost threw that one away looking for Lozavoy, and now Kertaz needs a timeout. The San Rafael press, as I was saying earlier, wasn't much of a factor, but right now near the end of the game, it has caused all sorts of issues for San Marin.
And if you're the Mustangs, you really have to watch out, especially right when you cross half court. The Bulldogs are doing a great job trapping in those positions.
Yeah, they're going to go. Yeah, they're going to put in probably a 3-2 half court trap, and at this point, you don't have a choice. You've got to be trapping on everything. That will allow for a lot of open looks underneath the basket, but it's the case of can San Marin get the passes down there. Now, right now, like we said, we got an all-senior lineup in here. We've had it pretty much for most of the game. Interesting to see if San Marin can win this and goes to the playoffs, what type of lineup they're going to go with going into NCS, because no doubt they're going to go on the road. You're going to end up playing probably a pretty good team. But like I said, if San Rafael does some damage in the playoffs, they can easily end up with a 5 or a 6 seed in NCS. Because Division III, no offense to D3, but it is extremely weak. You have Salesian, who is the cream of the crop, and they're going to get pulled up to the Open Division State Championship NorCal tournament. But there's not much else beyond that, and the hand right through Nielsen's hands, and this is the type of thing that we have seen San Marin struggle with a lot this year.
Well, going back to your last point, Greg, I think it would go a long way for a lot of the underclassmen here at San Marin to have some of that NCS experience, and a great way to build going forward to the next season and beyond. And
they would need it. I mean, it would be so helpful to get that, because other than the seniors that are on the court that experienced the run into NorCals last year, no one else. I mean, some of the, like, Dexter Gerasi came up, and I think 2 other players came up for the run, but they didn't see any playing time. Shots up and good for the free throw by Will Mosier. Now we got a 9-point ball game. It's a 3-possession ball game now. And San Rafael has whittled this one down from a 15. They are on a 6-0 run, 7-0 run right now. And you got to wonder, are the butterflies starting to come in? Quick passes like that usually will break a press. Nielsen with the ball, and it's just a matter of how much ball possession do you go for. But right there,
steal.
Hickey was wide open, and the pass just didn't get there in time by Mosier. Mosier with a big steal.
Oh.
Burgess with a shot, a circus shot, no good. Lozavoy with a rebound. Somebody's got to come away from him. Lozavoy with a nice pass to Hill, and Hill gets clobbered by Burgess, and he's going to go to the foul line for the 1-and-1.
Big swing in the game. Burgess misses a layup on one end, and then Hill gets fouled down at the end.
And Wyatt Hill can put these 2 free throws in. That's now a 4-possession ball game. Yeah, that was a big swing right there. Burgess had a nice look at the bucket, missed it, and then ends up with a foul down on the other end.
And not a bad shot, but his game at this point in his career is more of a distributor.
Yeah. Wyatt Hill with the first. That's off iron, no good. Keeps it to a 3-possession game. San Rafael's got to hurry this one up, though. They got to get some shots and shots off quick. Right Hollard wanted to go inside, and right away it was Brush couldn't get along the baseline.
And that one hurts the Bulldogs' chances for a comeback.
Yeah. So Dexter Gerasi will come into the game for Wyatt Hill. Hill may be coming back in a lot more for defense now. They may do a 1 switch, 1 off. Double team out here. Nielsen Pass over to Lozovoy. Almost got stolen there by Flores. Flores had a hand on it. Over to Rafe. He's got a 1-on-3. Over to Hickey. Bucket, basket, and that might be the ball game.
Colin Hickey. Assist, Joey Rice.
Great finish by Hickey, and he really has been the catalyst here in the second half, along with Nielsen's early offense.
And that was just some nice passing there, and then recognized the open man cutting the basket. For the and one here for Colin Hickey. Hits it. Now we get an 11-point lead, and that's a 4-possession, and that may have been the dagger. Long three by Rithaller, off fire, no good. Nielsen with a rebound.
Rebound Nielsen.
Rafe may try for the dunk here. Instead he goes back over to Hickey. Hickey has to throw it back to Rafe and goes out of bounds. Now Rafe really wants a dunk this year.
Well, if they get this game, maybe one more chance in NCS?
Yeah. Nice roll-up by Hauser to make the bucket. San Marin playing more of a soft defense there just to make sure they don't foul with being up 9. Long pass over to Rafe. Rafe, jumper, shots up and no good. Foul. It's going to be on Hauser. Is that 4 on Hauser, I believe? That's 3 on Hauser. Joey Rafe for the 1-and-1. They'll pull everybody back for defense. Rafe's a pretty decent free throw shooter. Off iron, no good. Sign of life for the Bulldogs. They just got to start launching right there. Hauser with a 3, airballs it.
Wow.
And we're going to get a timeout call by Coach Kertaz. We'll take a quick break. 34 seconds remain. 41-32. San Marin over the Bulldogs. Mustangs with the ball. 34 seconds remain in this one. 41-32. And you got to wonder if will San Rafael just start fouling if they can't get the full court pressure out here. And as mentioned, there it was. Colin Bursch with the foul.
Foul's number 21. Colin Bursch is second at the line.
That's 2 on Bursch. They'll put Tony Nielsen for the free throw line. It's actually going to be 2 free throws now. It's double bonus. First one up and no good, and the free throw line has not been kind in the Mustangs. Really hasn't been all year, but it's starting to really show tonight.
Iron unkind.
Second one's up good. Now it's a 4-possession ball game, and with 30 seconds left, and they started the clock too early. They didn't wait for the ref. San Rafael's letting the ball roll up the court. Now we got to figure out if we can even get to 32.1. No, it says 32 minutes and 1 second. I don't want that tonight.
No, you got too early a morning, huh, Greg?
Yeah. Being on the road at 5:30 just does not sound appetizing. Hauser with the ball, throws it back over to Flores. Flores wants to drive, tries to get it inside over to Brush, but Brush had that ball knocked out of bounds by Lozovoy. 21 seconds at this point is pretty much all academic at this point. San Marin with a win will go to 4-10. Dexter Gerasi with a block on Ritholler. San Marin will go to 4-10 overall in league, end up in 7th place, 10-15 overall. San Rafael will get the 8, either the 6 or the 5 seed, depending on what happens tonight with Marin Catholic. They'll end up at 6-8, but more importantly, they're going to be 16-10 overall in NCS. And as we were talking during the break, the one killer for San Marin was losing that game against Marin Catholic in overtime.
Absolutely.
Win that game, and we're going to the playoffs next week. And that's going to be a loss that's going to haunt San Marin going into the postseason. Bo Thompson will come into the game here. Colin Hickey.
The MCAL schedule is also difficult for the Mustangs, but you're right, Greg. That game against MC, unfortunately, was kind of a turning point and a pivotal moment of the season.
I mean, San Marin played probably all the top teams twice, which no other team really had to do. That was in the bottom part of the seeding. But the fact of the matter is, you beat MC and you win. You're going to the playoffs. Driving the lane is going to be Hauser. He makes the bucket. It's academic at this point. Just makes it a 9-point loss. San Marin with a 43-34 victory over the Bulldogs. This will make San Marin NCS eligible. Well, they're going to get a week and a half off at this point. San Rafael will go into the playoffs Tuesday night. They will go on the road. They're either going to Redwood, they're going to go to Tamalpais. And the matchup probably for San Rafael is a lot better for Tam than have to go down to Redwood.
Yeah, Redwood with their big bodies would be tough. Although Tam came into San Rafael about a week back and throttled them pretty good. So tough road ahead for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, San Rafael, I mean, and good luck to San Rafael because it'd be nice. It's a nice story this year where they haven't been in the playoffs in over 10 years and they're at least going on to the next round. And then they will go to NCS as well, and they may get a home game, an 8-seed or higher, which if you'd asked Scott Springhorn at the beginning of the season, did he ever envision that? He may have thought maybe an NCS bid, but no chance of like maybe even a home game. And he didn't know what he had coming into the league season.
Yeah, and just like the Mustangs, the Bulldogs have some guys coming back next year. So bright days ahead for the Bulldogs.
Yeah. All right, Alex Chapman's been on the horn with me. I'm Greg Irish. I've been your executive producer. And I know it's Tony Nielsen's sister who's been camera person for me for half the year. Hopefully she'll be back with us in the playoffs. We hope you enjoyed Mustang basketball. We are live Tuesday night at Novato. It will be a battle of the ages to see who goes on the playoffs. Novato and San Marin. It'll be a lot of fun. For senior night here, we hope you enjoyed our girls game, final senior night, our Special Olympic games, all the pomp and circumstance of the seniors as well. With that being said, San Marin with a 43-34 victory over the San Rafael Bulldogs. Have a good night, everybody. All right, and we're done.
Thank you for having me on. That was
Great.
fun.
It's always fun to have people up here because, God, it's tough to – I've been up here a lot by